Hello again. We appear to have a news report from the place referred to as Yorick's resting place. This seems to be about the recent disappearance of the killer Azure in the hit game Roblox Forsaken. Oh, we appear to have some person here. Let's ask them some questions. Hello, sir. Do you know anything about this recent disappearance?
OMG, this is truly a tragedy. Looks like we need to delay the update. What monster would have done this?
Yeah, okay. Just stay there for a sec. Hey, wait a sec. Hi, it's me, Bloxy. So if you're a hashtag dedicated fan, then you might have seen my community post stating the video was delayed for the Azure update. Yeah, so I guess my video wasn't the only thing that got delayed. They posted on the Discord server saying once again the date was never final and not to expect updates unless they posted it 3 days in advance. And well, I have some thoughts. First of all, don't harass the devs. Obviously, they're hard at work putting this update together, and if they weren't here, then there would be no Azure update to look forward to. But at the same time, I do think the way they've handled this is quite flawed. Why is this a problem? Well, the main problem with the constant delays for the update isn't necessarily the delays themselves. It's understandable that development takes time, and to make an entire new killer will take time. No, the real problem with this is about managing player expectations. You see, when the devs released that date for the Azure update, sure, the date is subject to change, but when you set a reasonable time like 2 weeks from now, that of course starts to build up hype. Most players would assume that the subject to change is only referring for maybe a couple hours, maybe a day, not weeks or even months. Let me use myself as an example. I had planned my calendar around this update coming out 1st of June. Therefore, when they delayed it, I had to reschedule a lot of things because I now had a basically empty day. And while yes, I do understand that I'm partially to blame since the date was said to not be final, in my opinion, unless you set the date to 2099, you shouldn't be surprised when your players complain about the update being delayed. I saw a lot of people defending the devs back then saying, but the date was never final. And well, to put it simply, as somebody who cares a lot about this game and uses it as my main source of enjoyment, when you suddenly change the release date to be 3 weeks later, that can kinda leave me sorta bummed. But fine, I thought. You know, it happens. Let me just wait for the next update. Surely they won't delay that one, right? Right? So, fast forward to now. I start planning this week around trying to grind level 100 Azure as quick as possible for a video, you know. I'm a YouTuber now. And also just trying to have as much fun as possible. So I clear out the day so I can play as much as possible. Just for it to get delayed again. Well, I could understand the first one. I mean, things happen, you know. This is just getting too much. If you don't want your players to think the update is soon, then either just don't set the Roblox event or set it to 2099. Don't suddenly change the date to 2099 2 days before it releases. Once again, I'm left with a gap in my calendar and even more disappointed because we are once again waiting for this update. Except this time, we don't even know when it's gonna release. How to fix? I think the solution is simple. Just don't set these Roblox events pages too early. While yes, they're good for building hype in the community, I mean everywhere you look people were talking about Azure. But if you don't end up delivering on the promise, then it could just sour people's thoughts on Azure. Once again, I shall use myself as an example. I've been waiting for this update for more than a month, and for it to be once again delayed just leaves me not even that hyped for it anymore. I mean, who knows when they're planning to release it now? It could be in another month for all we know. Therefore, the devs need to just understand, while on paper they did nothing wrong, due to saying it was not final, in actuality, player expectations is a key part of the update, and if you state the update is gonna release, most people assume it's gonna release. Like when you've reached the point where you post the Roblox event page, most people assume that Azure is basically ready, just a small couple little things here, maybe like 1-2 skins left to be made. Not something that will take almost an entire month to fix. Alongside that, the devs should be more transparent on the issues going on with Azure's development. From the looks of things, it doesn't seem like it's going all the best. I mean, as shown in the sneak peeks on the Discord channel, they clearly don't even have animations for Azure's throwing move. This just goes to show that the update was not ready for release and needed some more time in the oven. So, all I ask is be more clear on how their development is going, so we, the players, can understand the reasons for these delays. Don't be like Bye Bye Night. Conclusion. So yeah, in conclusion, I just kind of felt like ranting a bit about this problem. I mean, I've seen it repeat twice now. And while I do hope this update will be releasing any time now, I kind of feel like leaving us in the dark after delaying it for a second time is a bit dumb. In my opinion, we the community deserve to have some proper explanation for what's going on with Twotime's first victim. Also, don't worry, I still have that other video in the works. I had paused it for the Azure update, but now that that's cancelled, I could probably continue working on it. It's expected to release by about Thursday, but date is subject to change. Anyway, this has been Bloxy Colar. Make sure to subscribe if you wanna, and I know every YouTuber tells you this, but it actually does kinda help. So make sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, hopefully the next time Azure will release. Please, please, please.